What's up, everybody? Moses here, and today I want to talk about Incursion League. This league I decided to go sole self-found in Incursion, playing softcore, and yeah, my league starter was a Glacial Cascade Miner, as I always do, and yeah, I want to also talk about that a little bit. People always ask me why every time miner, not getting bored, all these type of questions, and to that they can only answer GC Miner is a very reliable build. You can kill every boss with it on the Atlas, and it's very good versus Guardians and Elder farming as well. And you know, it's a very solid build that I kind of like got used to playing with, and it's an excellent league starter. You can reliably accumulate uniques and currency items while leveling up and hanging out, and you know, destroying the league mechanic. Has been quite a lot of fun with the Glacial Cascade. This time around I was also able to find a Shaper's helmet. I basically identified, and that's what I got with flat cold damage to spells. Place an additional mine, which is an extremely rare roll on a Shaper's helmet, and I was able to craft some life on it. Got a pretty solid Opal Scepter. This is a level 78 weapon, so there's only so much we can craft on it, but I did manage to Scour Alk that, which adds, you know, lightning damage to spells, attack speed for the shield charge, extra damage roll, and crit for spells and spell damage. Found a very nice shield, very good shield right here. A bunch of spell damage, bunch of life, some resist, and tier 1 crit for spells. Even managed to find Biscos, 2 divines. That's what it took to get this roll. Still running Tabula, unfortunately. I found this nice body armor so far. Spent about 2.6 thousand fusings on several attempts trying to get a bunch of you know, body armors, but that's what we got so far. Haven't been able to link, so I'm still running a Tabula. Yeah, so this one has the new temple mod. I'm not gonna try reading that, but basically it gives you life and increased max life roll on the same, you know, hybrid roll. So we managed to get that. That gives me, what is it, 600, something like 500 more to life, 4.8, 5.3, but again, unable to link, unable to use so far. I did manage to 5-link it, but you know, it's just too much DPS loss, so I wasn't able to use it quite yet. We did manage to find, you know, a Soul Mantle for totem builds, impulses for basically every build these days. Can use impulses with all the traps and all the arc that's been going on. And yeah, kind of excited to do that. And I was also able to find Queen of the Forest and a bunch of other stuff to make my second character, and that's basically what the video is about. So this LA Wander, but before I do that, I actually wanted to talk a little bit about the minor changes. So Glacial Cascade mine, or just any mine build, received a small nerf, but that small nerf is actually quite noticeable even in endgame. These nodes right here received a 3% each mine laying speed nerf. So instead of 8 we got 5, and then over here instead of 6 we got 4, and as well over here mine and trap laying speed, instead of 6 we got 4. So when you add it up, it's like 12% less mine laying speed, or reduced, I don't know. Either way, so compared to the previous patches, 3.3, we did get these nerfs. Starting area of shadow kind of like, you know, changed. So at the beginning of the shadow tree, we have the mine and trap damage nodes instead of the physical damage nodes that were there, or instead of the elemental damage nodes. So we have the trap and mine damage going on over here. Increased damage nodes, increase the elemental that used to be the entire part over here. So yeah, and the Saboteur node that is now Expeditious munitions for the traps was moved to this area right here. But other than that, everything is very, very similar, pretty much identical to what I was doing before. So there it is. When it comes to the tree, it looks exactly the same. But for the sake of extra damage, and because, you know, there's only so much you can do so self-found, at the beginning I decided to go with Explosive Expert rather than Pyromaniac, strictly because I felt I needed the extra damage. And yeah, that's pretty much it for real, you know, boss fights and whatever. I do change from Bisco's to this beautiful amulet that I found very, very early. The item level is 63. I think I found that, I don't know, sometime in Act 9 or so while I was leveling. That amulet is actually quite insane for, you know, for a soul self-found drop. We got, you know, good life roll over here. I believe it's tier 1. Not perfect roll, but still we got spell damage, crit chance, crit multi, and big life roll, as well as increased lightning damage. So when we're using that, our damage goes from 38.6 to 42.2. That's, you know, a little less than 4k DPS increase, which is pretty good. We're still setting up rings for the lore weave. We're just about 36 rings in. So we need 2 more of these rows, and then we can get a lore weave. This should take, I don't know, maybe a week, maybe 2. And then we can try and link it. When it comes to linking, again, it's been kind of a bummer. I just wasn't able to link anything, but now I'm in strict discipline. Not going to use my fusings until I have my lore weave, and hopefully we can get that 6-link dream, which would make this miner a lot stronger. And of course we can use the, you know, the lore weave on other builds as well. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, let's get back to the miner, because I did to the wander, because I did manage to find quite a bunch of good items for the build, and I was able to revive the previous Harbinger League wander build that I made, to revive it in this incursion. The result is pretty solid. Overall, the boss damage is not something to write home about, but, you know, we're making it work. For the Wander, we're using Kinetic Blast inside Thunder Fist, which links it with added lightning and provides flat 1 to 100 extra lightning damage to attacks. So we got our Kinetic Blast right now, level 18, Pierce, LA damage with attacks, GMP. Is our Kinetic Blast links, and on our Queen of the Forest, which I was, like I said, able to find, we got a pretty close to perfect roll. 1 off of perfect all resists, 2 off of perfect cold res, and then 2 off of perfect evasion roll, and max life roll. So very good Queen of the Forest roll right here. Inside that, we're using our Barrage. Still, the gems are missing quality. They're missing, you know, level 20 and all that. So the character is still in progress. There's still a lot of room for the gems to level up to get a lot more damage. And of course, the 6th link here, hopefully we manage to get that, is going to be Lightning Pen. But yeah, so we got Barrage here with slower projectiles, elemental focus, added lightning, and elemental damage with attacks. I was able to get Starconjas, 3 blue with the Vorisi. Got the 3 blue with the Vorisi table, at least 3 blue, and then, you know, it's a pure evasion, so the 4th one just simply rolled green. So over here we got our Herald of Ice with Innovate, with Curse on Hit and Warlord's Mark to give us the, you know, all the stuff that Warlord's Mark gives us, as well as that, you know, power charge generation. Yeah, and the shield we got Grace, Summon Ice Golem, and Increased Duration. Grace I'm using as a Vow skill to just provide me with the extra 32% chance to dodge hits and spells, which is pretty decent. especially when fighting against bosses with increased duration. This lasts for about 10 seconds or so, usually against map bosses. During that time, bosses usually dead. For the rings, I just got life resist, some LA damage with attacks. Same stuff here. Life resist, flat lighting damage to attacks. For the boots, just got move speed, life resist. Same goes for the belt. Life resist, some elemental damage with attacks that I was able to craft. And this is just a talisman that gives us a lot of life. Without it, we got 4.3, and with it, it's well, 4.6, so 300 extra to life. Felt not particularly like too bad. I still haven't gotten, you know, an actual good amulet, so I guess yeah, this just kind of like works for now. We also got this series mirror. Ideally I would want to get Ash's mirror, right? But for that we need to actually drop the item because we are playing Soul Self-Found, and we are missing 3 Splinters of Ash to get that 100. Hopefully next run we will be able to drop the shield. It's going to add a lot of damage, so we're going to be very, very good for clearing, and we're going to need to solve the resistance problems once we do get it, but you know, that's for then. Other than that, flask setup, we're using Quicksilver of Adrenaline, Chemist of Reflexes. I could alternatively use Stibnite. Yeah, because Stibnite gives us increased evasion. So we could use that, and it gives us the smoke cloud, which blinds enemies. So let's see if we can try and get... How many alterations do I have? Just try and get reflexes here, suffix. Reflexes, Avengers. So let's try and kind of like see our evasion. That's 34.1. I'll let it expire. And then 24k. So there's 61 and then 72. There's like an 11% chance additional to evade, but we are getting the blind. So I believe a Stibnite would be better. Because yeah, Smoke Cloud will reduce monsters' chance to hit you by 50%. With all that dodge, I believe it would be a better. Yeah, and if we get Chemist, then... Or not Chemist, the one that increases the effect. Alchemist, yeah. Of Adrenaline. How much evasion do I get with an Alchemist? Slightly less, yeah. So it's better to get Alchemist of Reflexes, ideally here. So I'm gonna try and work on that later. But for now we'll continue with the Chemist Jade of Reflexes. Other than that, we have a warding, you know, Diamond Flask, Onslaught, Experimenters of Staunching to remove that bleed, and we get in its series Promise. Physical damage doesn't matter here because we deal no physical damage with Piscators, but 14 Elemental as extra chaos, and the Leech is very nice, and the Star Conjures, big life roll, global crit chance, attack speed, high evasion, even higher evasion. Now that I think about it, am I missing quality? This is a fairly new character, so yeah, so I got quality everywhere. When it comes to auras, we are using Herald of Ice, we're using Wrath. Alternatively, you could use Valgrace, but yeah, Wrath is pretty solid for, you know, just the extra damage. So this is the character. We can try and run a quick map. We have Shaped Grotto with Beyond here, so let's go. Hopefully we won't die. But yeah, Shaped Grotto. Reason I Shaped Grotto is because it's a nice, you know, layout overall, but it can also drop divination cards of the Taming. And you know, if I do manage to get the Taming divination cards set completed, it's very sick ring that can be used in many elemental attack or elemental attack builds in the future. So I decided to shape it, and you know, if I get lucky, it's an extremely rare card. It's an extremely rare ring. But you know, if I get lucky, I get lucky, and if I manage to drop it, it will help me throughout this entire league. So every time I'll make a new character, I'll have a stockpile of these. Let's pick up everything. This is, after all, Soul Found. So yeah, as you can see, the character is working quite nicely. Let's go. We are using Valpact for the increased life leech, so when we do get hit, we actually you know, replenish super quickly. Something dropped. There it is. The loyalty cards. So yeah, loyalty cards is also a good reason to play Grotto, because yeah, pretty powerful, reliable way of getting more fusing orbs. You know, and they're pretty common cards, so they drop kind of like all the time. And you do need your fusings, because you can't just pay 5 exalts for a 6-link body armor of your choice. This is the boss. I'm gonna try and have it, like, you can barrage it down, which takes a little bit. Move away from the projectiles. Or you can try and make it come close to you, and then you can use the ricochet of the kinetic blast. This boss is kind of fat. Doesn't want to move, but you saw the idea is to just get it near a wall and then use the ricochet of the kinetic blast to basically oh shit. That was kind of close. What is that? I think that was kind of a Beyond dude. Yeah, risky stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much the character. There is Alva is here. So let's look at the temple. Sacrifice the unique item, and we need to connect it to pretty much anywhere, it doesn't matter. Let's not get one-shotted, could be brutal. Sometimes you get in these incursions and you have these chaos spitters just waiting for you. Yeah, we got a pretty nasty situation here with this boss. We want to make it closer. Yeah, barrage is a bit problematic right now. It still feels like it's a little bit of a low level. Unfortunately, this incursion kind of died, and we weren't able to even connect anything. But yeah, sometimes it will happen. I mean, it's just RNG. Sometimes, you know, the bosses won't stand right next to a wall. It's going to be hard to nuke them down, and barrage is just not doing all that much right now. I still don't have my Urbolab, and I'm still missing the 6-link, so that's a lot more damage that we're gonna get, and gonna make barrage a bit more reliable. Of course, yeah, no helmet chance, no additional projectiles from the corruption. It's kind of scary corrupting Piscators, you know, and so found. If I brick this weapon, then the build is gone. I can literally, I can't really play it. So yeah, for now, that's what it is. The character is only level 83, a bunch more damage is missing, as we still didn't even spec into the Wander, you know, nodes at the top of the tree, but we're getting there, and you guys are more than welcome to join the stream and see how this character progresses. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.